Hey guys, it's Ox here and welcome back to my channel. We are back at it again with yet another new Switch review, and we are back with some quite new silent switches, and it's also been a while since our last review. So today, let's all take a look and listen at the new Nude Rosa Switches by Epomaker. A quick disclaimer before the video starts that the switches was sent by Epomaker for a review, but of course, I'll give you guys my honest and unbiased opinion on the Rosa switches. I'll place all of their links on the description down below. Let's take a look at the switches. So this is a 5-pin linear switch, and the materials used was polycarbonate on the top and bottom housing. Now the stems here is really interesting. It's using UPE, or commonly known as the wipe stems, and it's been a while since we last used a switch using this material. I think that's way back 2020, and the wipe stems are very smooth to the feel. If we also take a look at the structure, it's not using any silicone or to silent or dampen the switches. Instead, there's this unique structure on the stem at the side to dampen the switches to make it silent. Now for the springs, it's using 21mm long springs, which gives you a snappy feedback, and it has a 44-gram actuation force. So in today's video, it's going to be the usual. We're going to do sound comparison versus other silent switches, and also please do stick around at the end of the sound test if you want to hear my thoughts and opinion about the switch. For the sound test, we'll be using the Vega 65. I'll be placing my configuration down below. Also, before the sound test, let's all keep in mind that the sound and experience, it will always vary depending on your keyboard build. So with all of that out of the way, please do enjoy the sound test on the new Nude Rosa switches. And that was the sound test on the Nude Rosa switches. Please do let me know on what you think about them on the comment section down below. Now, let's talk about my thoughts and opinion about the switch. Let's first talk about my thoughts on the feel. Out of the box or with the pre-factory lube, it was consistent enough on my batches. I didn't hear any leaf and spring crunch, and it didn't feel that plasticky. Now, I did hear that some got bad batches in terms of factory lube, and if you do, please do let me know in the comments. But usually with that, all you need to do is just add a tiny bit of a lube on the rails and you should be good. Feel wise, I really like the typing feel. The stems, it feels so smooth. I can also feel that sharp yet subtle bottom out with the 21mm springs, It brings out that snappy feeling when topping out, making the switches satisfying when typing. I didn't find the 44-gram actuation light surprisingly as well, and would say it feels fairly balanced. Now, one thing I really like about the switches is that it didn't feel mushy for a silent switch. Like, it's almost close to a linear switch in terms of the feel. Again, I believe it's due to the stem structure that they had on these, as it didn't have that silicone dampening. Moving on to my thoughts on the sound, Prefecture Loop was okay. I didn't hear any scratches and leaf pings. Sound-wise or with its silent tone, I would say it's not as silent as we expected it to be, and not as silent versus the other silent switches that we tried. But as you can tell on the sound test, it didn't sound mushy at all, and it has that very snappy topping out and bottom out sound, and would say somehow this kinda is leaning towards like a semi-silent switches. Now, don't get me wrong, it still does its job sounding silent if you compare it to a full linear switch. Overall, I fairly like the switches. I like how it feels and sound, as again, it's not as mushy as the other silent switches. But the downside is, it's not as silent, and some might find it lacking on that department, especially if you are going in a full silent build. I would say there's a potential of the stem structure that they did, but needs a bit more improving to have that full silent sound. What I do suggest is get one box first, try it on your office, and you can go from there. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the review on the Nude Rosa Switches, and I hope you find it helpful. If you do, please don't forget to like the video. You can share if you want, and of course, you can subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys on the next sound test. Peace.